My first entrepreneurial experience was in the summer of 1971 while I was a graduate student at BYU in the MBA program. And it was a little company I started called Excelsior Advertising Agency. And I had this idea to put advertising on the back of golf benches.
At the time, that was a relatively new idea for the golf courses, and so he went out there and had done that. Very successful for him, and made some money.
I didn't continue with it because although my professor said, Alan, you had a great idea, entrepreneurism was not celebrated in school in 1971, 1972. It was all about getting a job for one of the Fortune 500 companies, going to work for Mobil Exxon or Procter & Gamble. And so I thought if I'm really going to prove myself, I need to go to work for something that's a little more substantial than just an entrepreneurial venture. But I knew then that I was an entrepreneur, and I like working for myself, and I like coming up with ideas. 5 businesses I failed in. Market Star, of course, was a great success. But the one thing I learned from 5 failures was I never understood the customer. I always went backwards. I built the product or service first, and then I went out looking for the market. And it's backwards. That isn't how it works.
So the things that I've seen Alan do that are successful in running a business, I think first and foremost is giving the organization a great vision. I think the second thing is the passion around the services and the products that we're selling. A really deep understanding of what it is that we're trying to offer, what we can deliver in the marketplace. I think the third component to it, and all of these are incredibly important, is that you establish the right culture for the business that you want to run. His style of doing business is one of empowerment, one of delegation, one that allows for people to make decisions, make mistakes, but at the same time move towards a goal that we all have together.
Probably the most significant thing about his business philosophy is his orientation to a win-win for everyone, for other companies that he partners with, for other executives that he associates with, for certainly customers. He is very oriented to make certain that they accomplish and receive what they need out of the relationship with him at Market Star or any other organization he's a part of. Because of that orientation and philosophy, Alan has been extremely successful in virtually every business relationship. Satisfied customers around the world, strategic partners who view him much more than just a partner, a colleague, and someone that helps them achieve success.
Alan has transcended from the garage, the mom and pop shop, to a large corporation, and has mastered the skills needed to be good at all levels. And that is a unique entrepreneur businessman.
Alan is the guy that anytime we want to sit down and talk about how to develop systems, how to develop product, how to develop sales channel, distribution systems. He's always the guy that has the keenest understanding of exactly what we're trying to get done. He's been down that road, so he's really become a great mentor to me personally as a CEO.
I think one thing that Alan's done that's really impressive is the fact that he's trying to take everything he's learned throughout his entire career. You know, he was the consummate entrepreneur who started, I think, in his basement or garage or something like that, and grew it on his own. And so he knows what it's like to struggle and to fall and to have failures and to come back from those. And I think what's impressive is he's now taking all of those life experiences and putting it into a program where he can educate others and have it actually go beyond him at the universities and teaching in classes and putting together courses on management and success. And I think it's an amazing way to give back with everything that he's learned so that people don't have to make the same mistakes he did.
Having the ability to work side by side with a true entrepreneur that's been so successful, I think is as much experience as anyone could hope for in a lifetime. And it's unique that it's Weber State University that has this opportunity. And Alan sees that we as student entrepreneurs have benefited from him teaching such a great program and allowing us to be involved on such a real world level that he's asked other universities if they're interested in having us go on and teach the program with the GV with angel groups in their area.
It's not just a matter of helping individual entrepreneurs, but he is helping the community to foster entrepreneurship. That's really unique. You don't find too many people in the world that go out there to try and better the community as opposed to just better their own business. That's Alan.
Just to indicate the kind of guy Alan is, we came out of a successful business meeting down at the Utah One Center and walked out on the plaza, and just before we separated to go to our cars, he gave me a big hug. That's the first time that ever happened in my business career. And I was a little taken aback. And as we backed up, I said, Alan, that's never happened to me before. And he just patted me on the shoulder and said, I know. And he just turned and walked away, just very comfortable in his own skin. And it was the beginning of a new world for me and a new relationship. And my sense is that if more partnerships were like ours, the world would be a better place.
And he really is benevolent. I mean, he's just he's cut from a different cloth. You can tell with Alan that he's genuine and sincere, and that he really cares more about the people he's helping than he does about what's in it for him. And that's so unusual in today's world, to meet people like that, where he pays attention to other people's hearts and other people's needs, and he's constantly looking for ways he can give back or add to that person or bring out the very best in them. And that's just so impressive to me.
And the reason why he continues to invest in organizations, the reason why he continues to grow the portfolio, so to speak, is his goal in life, with my mother's goal, is to give back to the community. You can only have so much money that you can spend, but at the end of the day, what he can give back to the community, grow other families and the local economy, and the things he's trying to do are praiseworthy in that regard, because that is what keeps him going today.
But I found it's not all about money. Jeannie and I were very happy living in an adobe hut in the jungle, 11 cents an hour. We were happy people. So I've learned over the course of time it's not about that. It's about personal relationships, and it's about being kind and loving towards one another and being helpful. So my hope would be that we can continue to have that in our midst, in our particular family environment, and that there would be others who likewise would benefit from those same kinds of principles, and there would be happiness everywhere.